We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with MMAT MMTLP Inc. and we're also going to cover here MMTLP Torchlight Preferred Shares, as both of them are popping up here towards the second half of the day. And I've left the drawings that I drawed out in yesterday's video, and you're going to look at how it applies with the Inflow versus Outflow and 42 Vision. But today, while MMAT and MMTLP bounced back up towards the second half of the day, the overall market did not. And the SPY bot sent out at 8:55 a.m. a bear indicator. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside, even pure weakness there after the bell on 42 Vision. And put options went up 200% plus within hours, guys. And as you see it there popping up on the screen, within the options chain, it went even much higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected over to the bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with MMAT pushing up big time. A lot of people are starting to state that the shorts are feeling the pressure. We're going to break that all down in today's video, but before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunities that were mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home runs of the day were spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity of the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the first home run was from our Apple bot. Our Apple bot at 9:35 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, the outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 Vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. Our second home run, we caught this one in the pre-market, SMMT. We were looking for those inflows to pick up. They did. Full strength there on 42 Vision, plus a bull indicator, and towards the bell, it jumped up a highest point of 30% plus, gave other jumps throughout the day, and reached a highest point later in the day of 40% plus since mentioned in the pre-market, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with MMAT MMTLP Inc. bouncing back up, breaking through 180, 190, and back into the $2 range. And we're going to break it all down in today's video. Full transition here on white with red borders, going into bright green, and we had hit a full transition from bright green to white with red borders, right? White with red borders is what we call the dip area. Bright green is what we call the rip area if it's your first time coming across the channel. 42 Vision allows us to see the dips from the rips and the rips to the dips, right? And we also use our bull and bear indicators in Inflow versus Outflow, which I'm going to pull up here, and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the Inflow versus Outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with MMAT, as I stated, pushing up higher. And if you look here at the charts, it got a bull indicator here, canceling that last bear indicator, which is what we were looking for. And the inflows didn't go straight up like we were looking for, but we were looking for them to pick back up. And if they can cross over on the 30-minute and on multiple time frames, and it did, right? So I left the drawings here so you could see what it is that I broke down yesterday. We had hit a dip area here, and today it hit it again, not that far from it, right? 168 all the way down to 163, just off by a few cents. Those two dip areas found support there, and it's bouncing up again. Now, if you've been following MMAT and MMTLP, you know that this pullback here, it was concerning and it was something to watch and not ignore. But there were some big catalysts that are coming up here in the second half and middle of December, right? Because the privatization of MMTLP is coming, and there's been an indirect correlation of Torchlight preferred shares and MMAT itself due to the fact that as soon as it goes private with Nextbridge, it could create a huge speculative squeeze, right? This has been all the speculation this whole time, and right now there's been movements up to the upside. Things have slowed down here for the last several days, not just on MMAT but also MMTLP, but we're back up in the $8 range. We're back up with inflows, full transitions here, and also bull indicators, and we're going to break it all down in today's video. But let's look at MMAT here. So MMAT right now is trying to bring itself back up as you see it. Let's go ahead and remove these drawings here. As you could see, this much clearer. So we got these inflows back up, back above $2. It definitely needs to fight and stay above that. The next support below that is 190 that I'll be watching, but upside, right? Let's talk about the upside because this is a pretty strong move and we need to see if it could continue. So the first thing is the 1 hour, guys. Very long straight shot here. Based off the history of the chart, it already broke through inflows here of 0.18, currently sitting at inflows of 0.31. And based off the history, the last 2 times that it hit the highest inflows was up here at 0.4, also 0.5 and 0.54. And right now we're currently at 0.31. So based off the history, it has room to go higher based off those levels of inflows. And I'm going to be watching that going into tomorrow, and if this could break through 210, because it did reject it here as it reached it, right? And we're going to zoom in and look at that rejection very closely. Now, based off the 30-minute, it's currently sitting at 0.43 of inflows, kind of slowing down, right? Sitting sideways. We want to see that continue to pull upwards, but in the last 2 times, it hit highs here of 0.45 and then also 0.62. So something to not overlook. It has room to slightly go higher, anywhere in between that area, or even break higher than that, right? Not guaranteed, but not something to overlook. We want to keep this in mind within this volatility. Now, on the 15-minute, the inflows picked up pretty big, and right now they're pulling slightly downwards in the after hours, and that's why things pulled down very quickly back to 192, and now it's trying to bring itself back up to 205 and back above $2. But huge rejection here at around 210, 212, 2 times there. That is going to be pivotal going into tomorrow and even the rest of this week. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Do you think MMAT is going to break through 210 and retest the highs up here that it recently reached of 225 to 226? And do you think it's going to break out even higher than that? I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below because this is a huge amount of inflows all at once, and everyone's speculating that shorts are feeling some pressure. Now, let's go ahead and look at this on the 30-minute. Again, first support is $2. Below that is 190. If 190 gets broken through, well, 185 will be critical, and we need to watch and see how fast things are falling. Was it just a quick actual push up and that's it? Or will there be some support there where the bulls are putting up a fight and keeping the inflows above the midpoint, right? We want to stay above the midpoint and stay as high as possible, even if it pulls back, to not cross it and go back up with full strength, staying above this midpoint. Staying above it will be crucial. Now, to the upside, 210 will be critical, 212, and then above that is 220. And if 220 gets broken through, the all-time highs here recently was 226, 225. Just going to correct that real quick because some people would say that was not the all-time high of MMAT. I'm talking about the all-time high in this run, right? The 52-week high was 353. All-time highs were higher than $3. I'm talking about the all-time high in this move here from $2, right? All the way up there, right? So super important. So it came all the way down to 81 cents, 82 cents, and it bounced all the way back up to 220s. That's what I'm talking about here. So here we are pushing up. This is going to be critical. We want to watch these inflows on the 15-minute, the 30-minute, and especially here on the 1 hour. Will it slow down or continue going higher? I'm going to be watching that very carefully. Now, MMTLP. Let's go ahead and break that down. So MMTLP here on the 30-minute Inflows crossed over. We're sitting at 1.78 of inflows. Based off the history of the chart, it hit highs here of 2.39 and also highs here of 2.69, 2.72. So something to keep in mind here based off the history of the chart. There's room there as well. And right now, it brought itself back up from $5. I know this was a huge amount of volatility. Some people were able to stomach it. Some people didn't like it. And this all happened in a matter of a single day, within minutes. The same amount that it dropped, it actually came back up, negated it, and brought itself back over where that last bear indicator popped up of 830. And right now it's fighting to stay above it. That is going to be critical to stay above that level. The first support that I'm watching here is $8. Below that is $7.50. And those downside levels should not be ignored in my opinion, but that's just me. Everyone makes their own rational decisions, right? But to the upside, I'm going to be watching if $9 could get broken through. Multiple rejections there. Even when it got above it towards $9.50, it rejected really quickly back down to the 8s. And you could see there how many rejections getting close to $9 have happened. So $9 will be critical. And if that is crossed over, the next resistance is 10, and then above that is $11, where it rejected 2 times up here, and then also here on the way down when that first bear indicator popped up here on November 22nd, up here at around $11 to $12. Something to not overlook and keep in mind. But right now, the first level is 9, and above that will be $9.50 to then $10. Now these inflows, guys, very strong, but on the 15-minute, you could see within the volatility as well, continuing to push up higher. We want to see it stay this way and not get weaker, guys. That will be critical going into tomorrow, and we're going to watch those levels very carefully, and we want this bull indicator to continue to hold strong. And on the 1 hour here, you could see that it has a long way to go, and it's still in the middle of transitions here, right? Going from white with red borders to red with green borders to dark green bars. And the last part of that transition would be bright green bars, guys. Like you could see right here, that was a full transition here, way back here on November 10th towards November 15th. All of that right there, followed by a bull indicator. Inflows crossed over, full strength, guys. And it went from $6 all the way up to $9. Now, it doesn't guarantee it's going to make the same exact move or even less or more. But right now, it's in the middle of these transitions. And the inflows are just beginning from outflows of -4 and currently sitting at -3.27. We definitely want to see this get closer to the midpoint and even if possible, cross it, because if it crosses it, things will start moving very quickly. The last 2 times that it crossed over, you could see how it went from $8 to $12 and it went from $6, $7 to $9 to $10. So super significant here. It's still below the midpoint, very far down on the 1 hour. Now on the 30-minute, we're going to be watching it here as well, as it just crossed over on the 15-minute and 30-minute. And like I stated, those are the key levels I'm watching to the upside and the downside. Downside, $7.50, $7 are the worst. The first one that I'm watching is $8. And then to the upside, I'm going to be watching $9 to $9.50 area. And if it could break back out to where this bear indicator popped up here of $10. Once that's accomplished, we're going to see how the inflow versus outflows are doing and what levels to watch at those levels. But right now, super strong move here on both stocks, MMAT and MMTLP. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below, how you feel about this. Do you think this run can continue, or it was just a quick burst going into the after hours for today? As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.